Have you ever cheated on anyone? 1, 2, 3.
Sure have. Would do it again
What?
in a heartbeat.
Hey, Spillers. All right, grab your favorite drink and get comfortable because we are diving deep into one of the messiest comeback attempts in YouTube history. We need to talk about Ned Fulmer, the man, the myth, the scandal, and his truly bewildering return to the internet that absolutely nobody asked for. If you were on the internet in 2022, you remember the absolute earthquake that was the Ned Fulmer scandal. This was the ultimate wife guy, a man who built his entire brand, his entire identity around loving his wife, Ariel. He was 1/4 of the massively popular Try Guys, and his whole shtick was being the devoted husband and father. Well, plot twist, it was all a lie. He was exposed for having an affair with an employee of the Try Guys, and the internet absolutely imploded. The fallout was swift and brutal. He was kicked out of the Try Guys so fast it made our heads spin. They edited him out of existing videos, scrubbed him from thumbnails, and released corporate statements faster than you can say cheat. It was a masterclass in damage control. And Ned, he basically vanished. For 3 long years, it was radio silence. No apologies, no explanations, just a disgraced internet personality disappearing into the shadows. But then, out of nowhere, he decided we were all ready for his grand return. And let me tell you, the way he's chosen to come back is a journey of truly baffling choices. His first move was to launch a podcast, because what better way to reintroduce yourself after a reputation-destroying scandal than by putting your voice out there for everyone to hear? The podcast is called Rock Bottom, and honestly, the title is the most honest thing about this whole situation. But wait, it gets better. Who did he choose as his very first guest? Ariel, his wife, the woman he publicly humiliated and cheated on. The internet collectively gasped. Was this a reconciliation tour? Had she taken him back? So, of course, everyone tuned in. And what did we get? Not the redemption arc he was probably hoping for. Ariel sat across from him and, with a stunning amount of grace and clarity, told him straight to his face that she has not forgiven him. She revealed they are not romantically involved anymore. They are simply co-parenting their children and trying to be civil. It was brutal, it was honest, and it honestly made people respect Ariel even more. But for Ned, it was a clear sign that maybe this podcast wasn't the brilliant idea he thought it was. You'd think that would be enough cringe for one comeback, right? Wrong, because next Ned decided to become a professional wrestler. I need you to hear that again. Ned Fulmer is a wrestler. He made his debut in Florida under the ring name Nasty Ned. I cannot make this up. There are photos of him in wrestling gear looking, well, like a guy who has no business being in a wrestling ring. The internet had a field day, memes were made, questions were asked. Mainly, what is he doing? And is this a midlife crisis captured in HD? As if podcasting and pro wrestling weren't enough random career paths, he also decided to try stand-up comedy. He posted a flyer for a gig, and the promotional notes listed things like pathological desperation to please and trust issues. Sir, those are not punchlines, those are symptoms. It's like he's trying to monetize his therapy sessions. And now, we get to his latest and perhaps most perplexing venture, his new YouTube series. He's essentially trying to recreate the Try Guys format, but completely on his own. He's launched a channel where he's trying things, but he very conspicuously avoids using the word try, leading everyone to believe he probably can't legally use it anymore. His videos so far include one where he tries to survive fighter jet G-forces, and another where he hosts a blind dating show. Let me repeat that, a dating show. Hosted by a man who famously blew up his marriage and career because of an affair. The lack of self-awareness is truly staggering. In the video, a bachelorette has to blind date 5 guys, one of whom is secretly an AI. The comments are, as you can imagine, absolutely savage. People are calling it embarrassing or cringe, and the worst idea he's ever had. He's even done interviews with outlets like TMZ, trying to explain himself. He says he understands why the podcast made people uncomfortable, but that he wanted to not shy away from those conversations. He claims this is all part of 3 years of growth. But from where we're sitting, it looks a lot less like growth and a lot more like a desperate, scattered attempt to claw his way back into the spotlight. And let's not forget the people he left in the wreckage. His former Try Guys partners, Keith and Zach, have spoken openly about how Ned's actions nearly destroyed their company. They lost millions in advertising revenue, their channel was demonetized, and they were thrown into a total tailspin. They've had to rebuild from the ground up. Meanwhile, Ned is out here wrestling and making dating shows. So what's the verdict? Is this a genuine, if awkward, attempt at redemption? Or is this a deeply unself-aware man having a public meltdown, throwing every desperate idea at the wall to see what sticks? The internet seems to have made up its mind. The comments on all his videos are a chorus of, "Log off," "This isn't it," and "Please stop." It's a fascinating car crash in slow motion situation to watch. You almost have to respect the audacity, even as you cringe at the execution. Well, that's all for today's scoop. But you know the tea isn't going anywhere. Tea spilled, truth served, and baby, the kettle's still hot. Like the video, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that little bell so you never miss the next spill.